We're on.
All right, we're going.
No. All right. So. Okay. So the things that you need to write down on your unit circle are things that are going to be valuable for you to simplify trig stuff. Okay. So some are on your sheet of paper. Okay. I want you to write down sine. Okay. So does anybody remember what the sine is equal to? Okay, so we're talking about, okay, so anytime I'm using a unit circle, I have ordered pairs, and ordered pairs have x's and y's. Okay, so we're talking about x's and y's, so the sine is going to reference the y. Okay, so we would use r if we didn't have a unit circle. The r on a unit circle is considered 1. Thank you. Okay, cosine. Do you remember what the cosine is equal to? dx. Do you remember what tangent is?
Y over X.
Y over x. Okay, and then we can do the reciprocals. What is the reciprocal of sine? It is the cosecant. Okay, so cosecant is the reciprocal of the y. So 1 over y. Now, I'm writing 1 over y, but it is easier to think of it as the reciprocal. So, for example, if I was looking at 1/2, the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. Okay, so think of it in your brain as reciprocal. Okay, what is the reciprocal of cosine? Secant. So secant would be equal to 1 over x, and the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent. Okay, so that one will equal x over y. Okay, so what's going to happen is they're going to ask you questions. Do I have some examples? Of course not. Okay, so let's say question number 1 says, find the sine of 4 pi over 3.
Miss Nesbitt, do you have a copy?
Okay, so you're grabbing your unit circle. You're finding the angle 4 pi over 3.
I have a copy.
Okay.
I'm out of my meeting if you needed to see me.
Okay, so you're looking at the ordered pair. Okay, and if I'm doing sine, which one am I referencing? The y. So what is the y value at 4 pi over 3? Okay, so negative square root of 3 over 2. And that's the answer. That's all you got to do. Okay, that's it. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do an easier one. Okay, let's do the tangent of 45 degrees. If I give you a degree, can you find the angle 45 degrees? Okay, so how do I do tangent? Okay, so we're going to do the y over the x. What is the y value?
2 pi over 2 and x squared over 2.
Okay, so I have a square root of 2 over 2, and I'm going to divide by the x, which is exactly the same thing, and maybe I don't need to write this down, but if you divide two numbers that are identical, you get 1. All right, let's try a harder one.
Yes.
Let's try a secant of, let's do a negative. Let's do negative 3 pi over 4. Let's see if you can figure out this one. Okay, so can you start by finding the angle negative 3 pi over 4? Do you remember how you work with negative angles? You got to go down, right? So instead of going up in a counterclockwise, now we're going in a clockwise motion. Okay, so I always think the easiest way to do this is, if I can find 3 pi over 4 on the regular unit circle, I know that it's the same distance, but in the opposite. That was not. In the opposite direction. Okay, so where do I land? What is the angle that we're looking at?
Perfect.
5 pi over 4.
Okay, so everybody see 5 pi over 4? Okay, what is the secant piece that we're going to use? What is secant equal to? Okay, 1 over x, which is basically the reciprocal of the x value. So what is the reciprocal of the x value? Negative 2 over the square root of 2. Okay, now on this one, can I leave it like that? No, I have to simplify. Okay, so I got to multiply by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2, which gives me a negative 2, square root of 2 over 2, and then
Mr. Horsley, this is the office. Do you have a
the
copy?
2's cancel, and we get a negative square root of 2.
Do you have time to speak with the parent in the office?
In a moment, I'm
Wait, so
saying,
multiply
right at your desk.
Okay,
I have a question. If you start at 0, you go clockwise, then that's 11. And then if you go the other way, you go 11, then it's more the same point you did.
at 5 pi over 4.
Yeah.
So, okay, so if I was going to go in the positive direction, it would go to right here, right? So it's like that, the one halfway in the middle. Now look at my finger right here. See? So positive 3 pi over 4 is right here. Positive 3 pi over 4 is right here, right?
Oh.
Okay, so to do negative 3 pi over 4, I need to go that same distance, but instead up, I have to go down.
So wait, do you just follow that line down?
Yeah, so I just go, oh, it would be, no, 5 pi over 4.
Just count this. That's how we're doing 4 pi over half. Oh, so you count it. You count them. So if you only do 1, 2.
Yeah, you can count them and it should get to the same spot.
5 pi over 4. Yeah.
Okay? Does that make sense? Everybody good?
Follow the line. Okay.
Yeah. Do I need to keep going with examples here?
No. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going